Hello viewers, my name is Hashmi and I'm one of the driving instructors with Pass Swiftly. I'm going to do another test route in Anniesland for you. So sit tight, watch and enjoy and learn from it. I'm going to start the car now. Let's do it. So checking over the shoulders. It's all good to go. Moving off, test center is just behind us, so nobody's coming. We're going to take the second road on the right, so I'm going to check mirrors, indicate and come into the right lane as the second road is quite close. Quick glancing mirrors, indicator off. Now checking mirrors, indicating again. There is a car coming from ahead, so he's coming quite fast, so I'm just going to tuck myself in this wee gap in the middle. In the central reservation, the second car is quite far, so checking mirrors. Moving at the roundabout, we're going to go left, and it's the first exit, so checking mirror, nice and early checking on the right. Keeping my left position, keeping a check on the mirrors. Exiting the roundabout, indicator off. Keeping myself in the middle of this lane. Now if you look on the left, there's a hump sign coming up. Before that there's a school sign, and then there's a 21 lights flash. So if they're flashing, you need to do 20 from this sign onwards. There's a big hump coming up, so I'm checking mirrors. There's a white car behind me, easing on the brake, dropping down to second, rolling over the hump, checking mirrors. At the roundabout we're going right, third exit, so checking mirrors, indicating interior right door check mirror. Nobody coming from ahead, nobody coming from the right, so just going to turn smoothly, checking mirrors, indicating, coming back in my left lane. There's a car coming and the road is quite narrow, so going to wait for the oncoming vehicle. He's passed, checking mirrors, slowly gradually moving, nobody further coming, keeping this lane, going with care from in between these cars. Somebody coming from the left, but he's not going to come because they have got giveaway. Checking mirrors, positioning slightly in the middle, learner car parked up on the left. Quick glancing mirrors, keeping my middle position, keeping a check on the mirrors. Now I'm not going to speed up on this uphill because the cars are parked on the right and the oncoming cars might be in the middle of the road, so need to wait for them to tuck in so we can go and they can go, so I'm not going to speed up too much. Further down I can see more cars are parked on oncoming side, keeping a check on the mirrors, taking the next road on the right. We are on Pikeman Road, checking mirrors, indicating, tucking in with the left, looking deep enough, nobody's coming, turning into my road, having a quick glance in the road, nobody was coming out, checking mirrors, positioning slightly to the right in the middle of the road. One more car turned behind me, keeping this lane in the middle. There's a car coming further down, so I'm going to look for a pass-by space, or maybe I would need to hold back, but they are turning, so I'm going to continue my road, keeping in the middle of this lane, keeping a check on the mirror. There's one car behind me. I'm keeping middle position, as if somebody opens the door, or a child opens a door, or a cat or a dog runs in the middle of the road, at least I can, save them if it's safe to do so. So checking mirrors, there's a car coming. I'm going to continue. He's pulling up on the right, so continue my road, keeping a check on the mirrors. End of this road at the giveaway, we are going to turn left. Checking mirrors, indicating, ease on the brake, dropping down to first gear as I can't see from the right, so I'm going to do a proper observation. Nobody's coming, my lane is clear, my path is clear. Going further, keeping the right lane to go ahead, traffic light red, stopping tire and tar, handbrake on, neutral, keeping a check on the mirrors. Light is still red. There's one car behind me. Light is turning, checking interior left door mirror, slowly moving off, keeping the right position to go across. This is Great Western Road, checking mirrors, quick glancing mirrors, clearing the road, clear the junction, quick glance at the mirrors. We're going ahead at this point. Quick glancing mirrors, keeping slightly right. This is Baldwin Road, keeping a check on the mirrors. Now van is parked. We need to position slightly in the middle, so I'm going to take care if somebody's coming from ahead, because this is a bend as well. So I'm going to go a little bit slower, keeping my middle position slightly over the right hazard line, staying away from the parked vehicle. There's one white car coming, checking mirrors. He's pushing himself to the left. So checking mirror, I'm going to push myself back to my side. Quick glancing mirrors, keeping middle position now. Further down I can see there's a roundabout coming, and we are going to go left at the roundabout. First exit. This is Baldwin Road. Checking mirrors, indicating ease on the brake, dropping down to first gear as for the hump, and to check on the right. Proper observation, because it's tight roundabout, mini roundabout, you can't see clearly, so you need to check properly before you can go. Increasing my speed, cars parked on both sides. Quick glance right, slightly positioning right over the hazard line. There's one car coming, but he's turning, so checking mirrors. One car coming out of the side road, checking mirrors. Somebody want to cross the road, but I'm on the major, so I'm going to continue. Quick glancing at the mirrors, and we are turning right onto Great Western Road from this road. This is Cowden Hill Road. Checking mirrors, indicating gentle braking, first gear, early vision, early decision. There are plenty cars coming from the right, so this is quite a tricky one. You need to go and position yourself in the middle. See a good gap. Now cars from the left are coming, but they're quite far. One car coming, my van coming from ahead, that was far as well. Quick glance mirrors, continuing into the middle lane because there are cars parked in the left. Progressing, checking mirrors, progressing to about 28, keeping the middle position, keeping my lane. There are a few cars behind me, and there are a few cars in the right lane. There's a van sticking out, so checking mirrors, slight position right. There's a white car in the right lane, keeping my lane in the middle. So this is 30 road and I'm doing 28, 29. So if somebody is too close to you behind, you make sure you keep a safe distance with a car in front of you, instead of speeding up and trying to reduce the gap between you and the car behind. So if somebody is too close behind you, you need to increase the distance with the car in front. So 21 lights flash, sign just went, and there's a 30 sign. Now you can see there's a board, 2 lanes are going ahead. There will be a further lane which is going right. Keeping a check on the mirrors. This is Great Western Road, keeping speed to 28, 29. 21 lights flash sign came up. It's not flashing, so the speed limit is 30. From there on to this 30 sign, if the lights are flashing, the speed is 20. Quick glance mirrors, keeping my lane. I'm in the middle position just now, keeping 29, 28. So on Great Western Road, there is a lot of uphill, downhill, so you need to keep an eye on your speed. Checking mirrors. So I'm still on Great Western Road, keeping speed to 28. Now I'm going to peel off from Great Western Road. We are taking the next road on the left, and it's a ramp going uphill. Quick glancing mirrors, keeping the middle position. Quick glancing mirrors indicating to take the ramp. Checking mirrors, no cyclists in the left lane. Positioning inside the road. Signal off, easing on the brake as this is a sharp turn, so reducing my speed. End of this road, I'm going to turn right, so checking mirrors, indicating right, sticking with the right hazard line, going uphill. There's one car in front of me, so checking mirrors, just tucking myself, tire and tire, stopping here. This is a dual carriageway, so you need to clear it. There's no enough gap in the central reservation, so you need to clear it in one go. So nobody coming from the right or left. So just going further, checking mirrors, positioning to the giveaway lines, stopping here. A lot of cars will be coming from the right and left, so you need to be very careful when you're crossing over. Both sides should be clear. There's a gap coming up on the right, nobody coming from the left. So quick glancing mirrors, positioning in my lane, checking mirrors, keeping my lane. Now there's hatch marking on my right and there's hatch marking on my left. I'm going to stay in the lane. Hatch marking, you're allowed to go only if there's some restriction, something blocking your way, then you can go over. If it's solid, you shouldn't be going over. Broken, you can go over. Solid, you can of course go over if something is blocking your way, there's a big hazard or anything like that. Checking mirrors, coming back into the left, keeping a check on the mirrors. There's one car sticking out, parked up on the curb, so checking mirrors, slightly positioning right, checking mirrors, coming back. Quick glancing mirrors, indicating right, we are turning right at this traffic light, coming in the right lane. Checking mirrors, indicating. Keeping this lane. Quick glancing mirrors. Keeping a check on the mirrors. Light is green. I'm gonna stay behind this line for a wee second, see if there is enough gap. Yeah, there is enough gap, so I'm going to go over, turning right, light turning amber, quick glancing mirrors, keeping the middle position, gently speeding up, keeping a check on the mirrors. Keeping a check on the mirrors. There's a V curve sticking out, so quick glancing mirrors, keeping my right position, keeping a check. Now there is a priority, oncoming has got priority, so checking mirrors. If there was somebody coming, I would stop at the giveaway lines. Now priority ends, checking mirrors, coming back on my side. On this bend, I'm going slow, checking mirrors. Now I've got priority and oncoming is waiting. Quick glancing mirrors, keeping myself tucked in my lane, checking mirrors. We're taking the next road on the right, so quick glancing mirrors, indicating, keeping with the right hazard line, not going all the way, just turning right up over here. Quick glancing mirrors, turning, keeping a check on the mirrors, progressing a little bit, nobody crossing, nobody standing at the pedestrian crossing, keeping a check on the mirrors. Now I've got priority over oncoming, but if somebody's already committed, I would just wait for them. Checking mirrors, keeping the middle position. Further down you can see the sign is telling us now the oncoming has got priority. So if somebody was already coming, I would just wait at this giveaway line. Nobody's coming, so I'm going to commit just now. Checking mirrors, keeping the middle position, clearing this junction, checking mirrors, coming back. At the roundabout further down, I'm going to go left, and it's the first exit I'm going to take. So at this point, I'm checking mirrors, indicating, easing on the brake. It's a blind junction. There's one car coming from the right, he's turning. So checking mirrors, tucking myself in with the left curb, checking mirrors, positioning in the middle of the road now. Keeping a check on the mirrors, coming back onto the left. Quick glancing mirrors, progressing a little bit. Keeping a check on the mirrors. Keeping a check on the mirrors. At the traffic light, we are turning left. So checking mirrors, indicating left. Gentle on the brake, clutch down. Dropping down gear to 1. Stopping tire and tire. Handbrake on. And just going to sit here till the light turns. It's Dumbarton Road we are turning on. Light turned, checking mirrors, moving off, tucking myself with the left curb, glancing mirrors, keeping my left lane. No hazard in my left lane, so I'm going to keep my lane. Keeping a check on the mirrors. Keeping my lane. At the traffic light, we're going ahead. It's still green, the pedestrian crossing, and the main light is red. Right lane is turning right only, so quick glancing, keeping the left lane. Gentle braking. Cars are moving in front of me slowly, so I'm going to match their speed. Clearing the junction. There's a car sticking out in the left, so I'm going to check mirrors, indicate, come into the right lane. Now further down I can see there's a bus lane, so I'm going to keep the right lane just now. Traffic light is green. So this bus lane has had no timing. That means it's 24/7. So I'm going to stay out of this bus lane. Further down in about 200 yards we are turning left. So see, when this bus lane finishes, just before that I'm going to indicate, come and tuck myself into the left lane with a mirror check just in case any bus, cycle or taxi. And then we are going to turn left from here. Quick glancing mirror, going inside with the curb, checking mirrors. There's a car parked on the left, so with care, nobody was coming from ahead. Just now there's an uphill, so quick glancing mirror before committing. Final check, if nobody's coming from ahead, I'll commit in the middle, as it's quite tight and it's only space for one car to go. Checking mirrors, coming back before the summit of the road. Checking mirrors, keeping a reasonable speed on this road according to road conditions. And we are going to take the next road on the right, the one coming up. So checking mirrors, interior right door, signaling right, gentle braking, clutch down, second gear, clutch up, nobody coming from ahead, keeping my position. There's a car parked in the left, but I'm going to stay in the left for a wee while, and then I'm going to position right after checking if nobody's coming from ahead. Always standard position of driving is left lane when you turn. If there is a car parked, you come into your side, and if it's safe, then position in the middle of the road. So checking mirrors, positioning back into the left. There are cars parked on the left, so slight position right, no oncoming, so I'm going to take the middle position. Keeping a reasonable speed. There are some children walking, so going going to take extra care. Quick glancing interior left door mirror, positioning back to the left. There's a big pothole on the left, so I'm going to keep slight right position. At this point I'm going to check mirrors. Ease on the brake, we are turning left at the end, so early vision, early decision, nobody coming. At this point I'm going to signal as well because there was a road before my turn. Checking mirrors, turning left. Quick glancing mirrors, new road, new mirrors. Further down at the roundabout, we're going to go right, fourth exit. So just before the turn, there was a 20 when lights flash sign. Now the 30 marker has just passed. If those signs are flashing, you need to take extra care. Turning right at the roundabout, checking mirrors indicating. Sticking with the right hazard line. There are a lot of cars coming from the right. Early vision, early decision. A red car, white van. There is a blocker. No, there is no blocker just now. They just went and the cars are still coming from the right. So after this car I can go. The van is a little bit far. Aiming for the roundabout. Quick glancing mirrors. Tucking myself with the right curb. Not too close to the curb. So first, second, and this is the third exit. So taking the fourth, checking mirrors, indicating, aiming for the left curb, keeping my position. Now it's only one lane over here. Quick glancing mirror, keeping middle position, keeping my lane, keeping speed to about 28, 29. That's the appropriate speed just now because there's nothing restricting me from going up the speed. Limit is 30, but it's not the target. Checking mirrors, slowing down. It's a red light coming up. Quick glancing mirrors, stopping tire and tar. So when you exit the roundabout, it's always better to finish in the left lane if it's safe to do so. You can still finish in the right lane as well, but that's not the ideal lane. If you stick with the right lane for a longer period of time, you might be driving in the wrong lane. So quick glancing mirrors, light turned green. Moving off, quick glancing mirrors again. Keeping the middle position in this lane, keeping a check on the mirrors. Speed to about 28. It's safe to do so. There's a bus lane on our left. Further down I can see there's a triangle coming, but I can't make up what the sign is. So I'm gonna wait. Quick glancing mirrors. That's a hump sign. And then there is a roundabout. We're going right at the roundabout. Third exit. Checking mirrors indicating. Gentle braking. Dropping down to second gear. This is the hump. Checking right. Nobody coming out. Quick glancing mirrors. First exit, second exit, mirrors indicate taking the exit. Glancing the mirrors again, keeping this lane. Glancing mirrors again, there's a road hump. Quick glance mirrors, interior right door, positioning right because there's a car parked on the left. Going slowly on the humps. Car sticking out, positioning in the middle of the road. Checking mirrors, positioning back to my left. Another road hump coming up. This is Paul Noon Avenue. Checking mirrors. Going over the hump. There is a curb sticking out, so quick glancing right, interior right door mirror. Sticking with the right hazard line. Quick glancing mirrors. Increasing gear. At the end of this road we are turning left and there are puddle and potholes, so just sticking with the right hazard line. At this point checking mirrors, Gently slowing down the car, dropping down to first gear as I can't see cars coming from the right, so going to wait for the cars. There are 2-3 cars coming down, just going to wait for them. I'm going to tag along this red car, nobody further I can see is coming. Keeping the middle position, I can see there are cars parked in the left lane, so I'm going to position slightly right. Car turning in front of me, so quick glancing mirrors, letting them cross. Checking mirrors. End of this road, we are going to turn left. Now this is a tricky left turn, you need to be very careful. People forget to check over their right shoulder because it's like a Y, and we are going towards the bottom end of the Y. So checking mirrors, indicating, taking the left lane and checking over the right shoulder. There's one white car coming which is quite far, so one more check. Quick glancing mirrors, keeping the left lane. Quick glancing mirrors, checking mirrors. Keeping this lane just now. Nobody further. And down the road after the bus stop I can see there are bollards in the middle of the road, so I'm going to keep the right lane to go ahead. Right lane to turn right and to go ahead, left lane to turn left and to go ahead. So I'm going to keep this right lane because of those bollards, and plus now there is a bus parked in the left, so right lane is ideal just now. You can take either lane. Standard position of driving is left unless you can see there is a hazard after the traffic light or in your path, or if there's something restricting you to stay in the left lane further. Only take the left lane if nobody's turning right from the right lane. If somebody's turning right from the right lane, then take the left lane, and once you're clearing the junction, check mirror, indicate and come back into the right lane. So that's the ideal thing. If you stay behind a right turning lane, if you stay behind a right turning car in the right lane, that means that you're not planning ahead. So to plan ahead, you need to position yourself correctly. Choose a lane appropriately. If there are cars turning right in the right lane, don't take that lane, take the left lane. In my case, there was nobody in the right lane, so it was all good for me to take the right lane. That's why I took the right lane. At this point, I'm checking mirrors, waiting for the light to turn. And light is turning amber, red and amber, getting ready. Green light moving, checking mirrors, keeping the right lane just now in right position. Keeping a check on the mirrors. There's only one lane here, now 2 lanes, and it has become a dual carriageway as well. There is central reservation in the middle. Checking mirrors, positioning myself back in the left lane, keeping the left lane. There's a car coming in to this lane. Keeping speed to 28, 29. Now I can see there are further cars parked in my lane, so checking mirrors, indicating that silver car has seen my signal. He's holding his speed, so going to slowly come into the right lane, and then I'm going to pull up on the left just before the red car on the left. At this point, I'm checking mirrors, indicating, drifting into the left, pulling up and tucking myself with the curb, squaring up the car, stopping, checking mirrors and handbrake on, and I'm going to stop here. Test center is on our right. I hope you enjoyed this route. It was quite interesting. There were a lot of hazards in it, and I've explained the hazards. If you can go through those hazards, that will be very good for your test. And I wish you best for your test, and have a lovely day. Enjoy yourself, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.